County Stadium in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. It's the Dallas Cowboys and the Green Bay Packers. Hello, everybody. I'm Lindsey Nelson with Sonny Jurgensen here in Milwaukee. And, Sonny, there's no question the pressure is on the Pack for a creditable performance.
And I think they will play well today, Lindsey, if they get off to a good start. It's important for them to get a couple of breaks early in the football game, because if Dallas gets a couple of breaks and gets up on them, a team that's having the problems can go down in a hurry. You know, I talked with Bart Starr earlier today and asked him about, with all the problems they've been having, about the turmoil and everything, about his preparation for Dallas.
Before I talk about the preparation, one of our captains mentioned that we seem to thrive on this, and I said to our people who cover us the other day, I said, I'd like to try thriving on something else for a change. We have prepared as diligently for the Cowboys as we have for any other team. We believe that we're well prepared. They have an outstanding team. They're a great organization. They've sustained their winning through the years, and you don't just lose that. And so we have great respect for them. But we're well prepared, and you'll see it again on display today.
Well, Bart's sense of humor has survived. Now, what about these Dallas Cowboys?
Well, they've been hot one week, cold the next week. I think last week they played at Danny White, for example. I think he played his best game as a professional. 3 touchdown passes, coming off his best game. I think now he's more comfortable than ever. They're still searching for that identity. Tom Landry said it best. We still don't know how we're going to play until we get out on the football field.
Still trying to learn how to live without Staubach.
I think they are.
As far as the running backs are concerned, now today Ron Springs is reported to be out, and so they're going to have Robert Newhouse in there.
Well, they have a very capable replacement in Newhouse, because he's a fine football player, and he came in last week and did the job for him. He's willing to do anything for the Dallas Cowboys to help them win football games, and he does.
Cowboys and the Packers, and we're about ready. The deep back stopping back for the Cowboys now. And that is James Jones and Steve Wilson. Dallas won the toss. DeMarco is kicking off. Under cloudy skies in Milwaukee, we're underway. Jones moves up. He has it at the 13 to the 15. Jones to the 20 to the 25. James Jones returned the opening kickoff to the 29-yard line. Stopped by Buddy Idland. So it's going to be 1st and 10 now for the Dallas Cowboys. Move back to the 29 there.
Well, we know this defense can play well as you look at the offensive line, the sets for the offensive team for the Dallas Cowboys.
Danny White brings him up. He's got Drew Pearson in the wide right. Robert Newhouse and Tony Dorsett are the setbacks. Newhouse in there in place of Springs, and that's Dorsett, tail of the tandem in the I formation. Instead, Newhouse dived over the left side, was upended as he moved to the 33-yard line. It was Mike Douglas. Mike Douglas on the tackle for the Green Bay Packers. Picked up 4. It'll be 2nd down and 6 yards to go.
Looking at the defensive line of Green Bay, but the linebackers have been the problems. 2 new linebackers inside on that 34 defense. That's been a problem for them.
2nd down play coming now. Tony Hill split out to the left side. Dorsett across the 35 and fell to the 36-yard line for 3 to make it 3rd down and 3 yards to go. Ezra Johnson up there on the tackle. Dorsett coming back slowly. 2nd quarter, Pittsburgh 17, Chicago Bears 3.
Chicago having a little trouble. We saw this same Green Bay Packer team do a job on Walter Payton. We know at times they have played well defensively and shutting down the run.
3rd and short now. Split the running backs. Dorsett to the left side. Jones in motion. Quick pitch to Newhouse. Couldn't turn the corner. Did not get the 1st down. Steve Luke came up to make the tackle. And so the Green Bay defense is held. The first Dallas thrust in the punting unit comes on. Danny White has averaged 43.7 yards per kick. Dropping back now is Cassidy. Ron Cassidy to receive the punt for the Green Bay Packers. Back inside his own 20. White stays in the ballgame. He's the quarterback. He does the punting. marker, and whistle stops play. The whistle stops play, so this is all for naught.
Somebody forgot to report. What happened?
Offense. False start. Number 57.
That Silver, our referee, gave us a little false start there, huh?
Bruce Heather, and so they move it back, and they'll do it all over again as penalty is marked off.
Good start for Green Bay, Lindsey, stopping Dallas on the first drive. Now they're going to have to worry about the offense coming out and having a good drive early in this football game.
Danny White again waits. Cassidy is still deep. Well, the fake kick. He's running it out to the 35, 40, 45, 50, 45, 40, 35, 30, 25, and out of bounds at the 21-yard line. And Johnny Gray made the save there on the fake kick. Danny White ran it down to the 21-yard line of the Green Bay Packers.
And does somebody go to sleep here? Danny White saw this on the penalty on the play before this, and as he goes down the sidelines, good for 50 yards. Somebody went to sleep on the special teams. Just when the defense had played well, the special teams come out and make a big mistake.
Bart Starr along the sideline. The thing has happened to his team that he hoped would not happen to his team early in the ball game. Danny White brings them up. Split the running backs. Newhouse to the right side. Dorsett to the left side. Dorsett in motion, outside right. Danny White rolling and looking. He looks back, throws back screen, and Newhouse makes the diving catch. Tried to get up and advance it, but could not. It's going to be marked down at the 23. John Anderson, the defender.
Danny, look at Newhouse giving a little signal now. Throw the ball to me. He was wide open. A screen back off of a rollout. Had him wide open. He just underthrew him. First pass. Gosh, he's got to be a little pooped anyway, running 50 yards. I don't know many quarterbacks that can do that.
Spotted back up on the 21, so make it second down and 10 yards to go.
He played 18 years and didn't run 50 yards. Total.
Dorsett inside the 20, but only to the 19-yard line for 2. That'll make it third down and 8. Ed O'Neill, linebacker from Penn State.
Take a look at this. This is a place to run it. This 34 defense, as we look at it from ground level. O'Neill coming over, making a play here. Dorsett, no place to go. Anderson coming in, swarming defense. Where that allows that 34 defense, allows those linebackers to roam, and they have to get good play, good tackling from the linebackers.
Go to the shotgun. Butch Johnson is in the ballgame for the Dallas Cowboys. Danny White pumps and throws. Diving catch, and it's Butch Johnson as he goes out of bounds at the 11-yard line.
Boy, he makes a very dangerous throw here. The fact that he holds the ball, take a look going back. He wants to go to his right side. He gets good protection, and then he has to reload because of the rush late, and finds Johnson coming back away there. But the good thing Johnson came back for the football. It could have been a very dangerous throw.
It is first down and 10 yards to go for the Dallas Cowboys at the 11-yard line of the Packers. We are early in the ball game. Newhouse ahead of Dorsett. Newhouse to the left side, Dorsett to the right. Bootlegged and taken by Danny White to the 10, to the 5, and he is down to the 2-yard line. Danny White carrying and stopped by Ezra Johnson.
Danny White just put his head down then. He didn't think about sliding. Take a look, a bootleg. It's like he just decides this on his own, because you see the guards pulling Rafferty going the other way. But watch him here, instead of sliding, lowers his head. A lot of people around the football end, a little dangerous. Stuart Tom Landry doesn't like to see his quarterback running down close to that goal line like that.
Second down and a yard to go at the 2. Another tight end, Doug Cosby, comes into the ball game now. This is Dorsett. Stacked up, does not get in. Now, he might have picked up the first down. Keep in mind, they could pick up the first down without scoring the touchdown. It'll depend on where it's spotted. It is going to be third down, less than a yard to go.
What are you thinking your opening drive? Your quarterback's got 57 yards rushing.
Newsom, Timmy Newsom is in there now. He's in the left set. Dorsett's in the right set. That's Newsom, loosening up left. Newsom. He hit an avalanche as he got in there. Keep in mind now that he didn't have to get to the goal line for the first down.
Boy, tough place. Take a look at, you see Newsom coming in for the first time he's had an opportunity
Fumble the ball
to get into the football game, and he comes in. Tough place to give a rookie a ball. A rookie from Winston-Salem State, Timmy Newsom. They know who has the football. Buffalo leading the Oakland Raiders 17-0 at halftime. Woo. Buffalo's for real, huh? Yeah, they give them.
Still attention on the field. Still no score in the ball game. Kit Lathrop was injured. He's off the field now. It's first and goal. The ball is inside the 1 yard line. Ball was fumbled, recovered for a first down for the Dallas Cowboys as they threaten here now. Dorsett and Newsom are still the setbacks. Move Newsom over right. Dorsett. Touchdown, Dallas. Tony Dorsett got in. Hit at the goal line, but he was across.
You take a look at ground level here, right behind the defense. That's why it's tough. Everybody shooting gaps, everybody getting low, taking away the charge. Dorsett just gets in. O'Neal coming in, Johnny Gray, all of them hitting right at the goal line, but you see he did cross the goal line. Oh, what a late here there from Steve Luke coming in. Oh, that hurts when you're sitting there on the field a little bit. Charlie
Waters is in the hole for Raphael Septien, who's 8 for 8 in extra points. Waters puts it down. Septien puts it up there as a whistle. And it is good. And so on first possession, the Dallas Cowboys have taken the ball on the kickoff. They have driven downfield. They have scored, and the Dallas Cowboys lead by a score of 7-0. Andre Thompson left, Mike McCoy right to receive the kickoff. 5 minutes, 6 seconds it took Dallas to get on the scoreboard. Septien puts it up. Andre Thompson waits. 1 yard deep in the end zone. Goal line 5. Out to the 10 to the 15. Andre Thompson. Stacked up at the 17-yard line. And that's where the Green Bay Packers will start first and 10. Norm Wells made the tackle, and now fisticuffs on the playing field. Bill Rowe in the midst of that.
Everybody going at it. Rowe was Rowe made the initial hit and coming off that thing. He was getting up, a little inspired, and little fisticuffs get going here. Oh,
unsportsmanlike conduct. Dallas. Unsportsmanlike conduct. Green Bay. The dead ball. First down.
Well, it started like a barroom brawl. It's all over and nobody's hurt, and here we go, first and 10.
I think Rowe was just happy about getting a good hit on the kickoff. Boy, he met him head on.
Well, they're spotted nearer the 18-yard line now.
The offensive line has been a big problem for the Green Bay Packers. One of their big problems. Tampa Bay leading Cleveland in the second quarter, 13-10.
Avery and Ellis are the running backs for Lynn Dickey. They picked up Steve Pisarkiewicz as a backup quarterback this week. Avery moves over. Motion across. Dickey. And it's incomplete. Headed for Andre Thompson.
It'll be interesting to see how Lynn Dickey plays today after some of the statements after the LA game last week when he said that I'm not sure I can help this team. I'm not sure that I'm the quarterback for the Packers.
And his coach said he was very disappointed to hear that.
I felt that way many times. I wasn't sure. The Rams are still scoring. They're leading at halftime 21-0 over the New York Giants. Elvis Peacock has 2 touchdowns in that game.
Ellison Ivory, the setbacks. On to Thompson across in motion. Lynn Dickey waits as contact made at the line of scrimmage, and the whistle stops play. Flags all over. Contact before the snap. Ed Jones and Greg Cook.
Ed Jones jumping off there. Larry Cole said that it's great to have him back. He says he's more mature, more interested in the game, and he's really working at it, and he's probably better than ever.
Second down and 5 with the ball at the 23-yard line. 9 minutes, 38 seconds remaining to be played in the first quarter. Ellis carrying. Struggles out for the first down. He got it just short of the 30-yard line. Bob Brunig, the middle linebacker, made the tackle for the Dallas Cowboys. It's a baseball score. Baltimore is leading Cleveland 1-0 in the first inning.
Now the football score. The Saints are leading the Dolphins 9-0. 3 Benny Ricardo field goals. Don Shula having a few problems.
Ivory's on the tail of the tandem. He moves over in a right set. Ellis to a left set. And Dickey ups it outside complete. Taken by his tight end, Paul Kaufman. Hit immediately near the 33-yard line by Mike Hegman.
The Steelers are rolling again. Terry Bradshaw's thrown 3 touchdown passes. 24-3 over the Bears in the second quarter.
Second and a long 6 at the 33-yard line.
Understand that Kit Lathrop, number 72 of Green Bay, just had the wind knocked out of him when he was injured down on the goal line.
165.
Thompson in motion across. Ivory. Got across to the 37, maybe the 38-yard line. Randy White made the tackle for the Dallas Cowboys. This telecast is presented by authority of the National Football League and is intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast or other use of this telecast without the express written consent of the Green Bay Packers and the National Football League is prohibited. Spotted at the 38-yard line, where it is third down and a long 1 yard to go. Still Ellis and Ivory for Lynn Dickey. Ellis, penalty marker. Got first down yardage, but there's a linesman's flag to be checked out. Steve Wilson up in the corner on the tackle.
Look out for holding. Nope. Offsides, Pack.
That will cost them what otherwise would have been a first down.
Well, that is a costly one, too, because you pick up the first down. Now you get 3rd and 6 or 7.
Offense, right tackle, offside. 3rd down.
Greg Cook. That makes it 3rd and 6 now, back at the 33-yard line. 7.5 minutes remaining in the first quarter. With the Dallas Cowboys leading by a score of 7-0. Thompson comes out to a wide left, and their big threat, James Lofton, goes to a wide right. Lofton's had 12 receptions this year for the Green Bay Packers. Dickey gets it out to Ellis in the right flank. Off the 40, and he's got the first down. Gary Ellis to the 45-yard line. 1st and 10. Steve Wilson on the tackle along with Clint Scale.
A rookie from Missouri is really, they said he's got great instincts of running with the football, and he shows you some of that right here. Little quick screen, good block on Guy Brown then. Good block on Cole, cutting down the field. That's a pretty good move there to pick up a first down.
He spells that name Gerry, and he pronounces it Gary. Thompson in motion across. Dickey goes to Thompson, incomplete. 2nd and 10 at the 45.
The pass protection broke down there as you look at that score. St. Louis 7-0 over Philadelphia. 70-yard interception by Carl Allen.
The last play, D.D. Lewis and Bob Bruni putting pressure on Lynn Dickey, forcing him to throw more quickly than he wanted to.
Those linebackers do have a tendency to do that.
Lofton comes out to the wide left this time. Andre Thompson goes right. Lynn Dickey brings them up. That's Kaufman in motion across the tight end. Instead, Ivory gets the ball. Former Georgia Techer goes to the 46. Got a yard. Larry Cole made the tackle. 2nd down and 9 yards to go.
Talking with Charlie Waters down on the field, he was talking about why they've given up so many points defensively. He said we're still evolving the flex defense, trying to find what the correct way to play. I said it seems strange because you've been playing it so long. He said, but the rule changes have forced us to make adjustments, and we're still making them.
3rd down play coming now for the Green Bay Packers. Kaufman in motion across. Out of the shotgun, Dickey completes it. A diving catch made by Eddie Lee Ivory. Going to be a 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line, but there's a marker on the play. There is a marker.
They go to the shotgun, a little Dallas offense right here, and he makes a good throw. Eddie Lee Ivory coming out of the backfield, gets jammed by Guy Brown, slips off of him and makes a good catch here. Ball out in front of him. Keeps his balance, picks up a 1st down, but we do have a penalty.
They're still getting it checked out. And it is against the Green Bay Packers. So it has cost them yet another 1st down. Back to the 36. Fred Silva, the referee.
Offense, number 57. Holding. 3rd down.
They'll go for it. It's a 3rd and 19. Back at the 36-yard line. 5 minutes, 53 seconds left in the 1st quarter. Dallas 7 and Green Bay nothing. Under cloudy skies, County Stadium, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Shotgun again. Dickey. And it is incomplete. No flag. Andre Thompson, the man for whom it was intended, and the defender was Steve Wilson.
Take a look at it. Make your own decision here. Makes a good throw from the shotgun. I think this is a good offense. Good adjustment here, but Wilson coming up, making the play on Andre Thompson. Tried to cradle the ball. If he'd come back to the football, he may have made the catch.
David Beverly has averaged 37.6 per kick this year. James Jones has dropped back to receive it for the Dallas Cowboys. Here is 20-yard line. Jones retreats. Has it at the 14, to the 15, to the 20. Jones to the 25. And he is stopped at the 27-yard line. So that is where the Dallas Cowboys will start 1st and 10. Beverly's punt was 51 yards. His season's average 41.5 coming in. Dallas Cowboys in possession of the ball now. 1st and 10. They have it at their own 27-yard line. Danny White brings them up. It's still Newhouse and Dorsett in the backfield. That's Newhouse loosening up. Screen right. Taken by Hill, and he is going out of bounds. Estes Hood ran him out. Tony Hill from Stanford.
Tony Hill, that's his 14th catch of the season. A guy that bothers me in this Dallas offense that you don't hear a lot about. A great receiver. Drew Pearson only has 3 catches so far.
Total gain of 3 on that last completion to Hill makes it 2nd down and 7 yards to go. Ron Springs is out with an injury. That's why Newhouse started today. That's Dorsett moving over to a left set and then moving back Cleo back in the I formation. Drew Pearson in motion coming to the inside, and that is Newhouse. And he drives to the 35 for 5. John Anderson made the tackle for the Green Bay Packers.
Mentioned the 2 inside linebackers for Green Bay. They've had problems inside. Mike Hunt with the headaches going out. Also Wingo going out. They've had to go with Bruce Beakley. Ed O'Neill, they just brought him in, and also Kurt Alleman. So they've had to make some adjustments at linebackers because what did they start? They have now 15 men on injured reserve.
They've had to run the swinging door policy. It's 3rd down and 2 yards to go. Nice throwing, overthrowing, Hill, and it's incomplete. That'll make it 4th and 2, and the punting unit comes on now for the Dallas Cowboys. 4 minutes, 45 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Danny White is back in punt formation, but we learned earlier that doesn't mean he's going to kick.
I was going to say, is this a punting unit or is this Danny White's running offense?
It's what you call a deep shotgun. Cassidy is deep. Well, that's a little high, but he got it off. Cassidy moves up, fair catch signal. He made the fair catch. So they'll start 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line. Dallas Cowboys leading in the ball game by a score of 7-0. The Green Bay Packers will have the ball when we return. Bart Starr's Green Bay Packers trail by 7. They have the ball 1st and 10 at the 35. Danny White's punt for Dallas was a 30-yarder. Then Dickey is still the quarterback. Andre Thompson in motion across. Dickey retreats. Thompson incomplete at the 48-yard line.
Oh, perfect pass. Good pattern. They'd gone double coverage on the outside receivers. Dickey steps up. Couldn't have thrown it better. Oh, took his eye off of it. Look at him. Why did I drop it?
2nd down, 10 yards to go at the 35-yard line. That's Thompson in motion. Ellis. They'll come back this way. He moved to the 37-yard line.
He did a good job to get back to the 37-yard line. Buffalo leading Oakland 17-7. Oakland scored on a 48-yard interception by Lester Hayes.
Baseball score, the Orioles and the Indians. 1-1 second inning. Baltimore chasing the Yankees.
And not enough time left.
May run out of games. 3rd down and 8 yards to go.
272.
Into the shotgun. Dickey. As he got it almost to the 45-yard line.
We might have a pick here. Could be a pick.
It's against the Green Bay Packers.
Ivory really came open on that. I don't know if we can see it. He's coming down. He could have been picked off. He came out too clean on that one, and the flag was thrown immediately.
Offense, number 80. Pass interference. 3rd down.
That's Lofton.
I think that's exactly what it was. He came down and ran into his man and kind of pushed off of him, but that freed up Eddie Lee Ivory.
3rd and 19 now, back to the 27-yard line. They stay in the shotgun. Dickey. Incomplete. Penalty marker thrown. He was throwing to Lofton. See Steve Wilson hobbling off.
Well, I tell you, Randy White comes around, and watch him hit. He goes low at Lynn Dickey. He goes low. Ball almost intercepted. But we're going to have a pass interference.
Pass interference, defense, first down.
So the Packers get the ball. First down and 10 yards to go at midfield. At the 49-yard line, actually.
I would have to think that Randy White went low on Lynn Dickey for a reason, and with the trouble he's had with his legs.
2:15. Got it down to the 42-yard line. About a yard short of the first down. Dennis Thurman and Bob Bruning made the tackle for the Dallas Cowboys. It was right here at County Stadium a couple of years ago that Lynn Dickey sustained a broken leg against the Los Angeles Rams on the last play of the ball game. Ball is spotted on the 42-yard line. Thompson in motion across. This is Ellis. He's got first down yardage, but there's a marker.
Looked like the Dallas defense was moving again. The staggered count got him a little bit.
Red Silver, the referee, in the black cap, is marking off the 5-yard penalty, which will be a first and 10.
77, offside, first down.
Bruce Thornton.
Harvey Martin not in there. I don't know if anything's wrong with him. Bruce Thornton is in now at defensive end. That's 4 penalties on Dallas, but 38 yards.
First down and 10 yards to go for the Green Bay Packers. They have the ball at the Dallas 37-yard line. Thompson in motion across. Lynn Dickey with the football. He still has it. Turns one way, turns another, goes long to the end zone. Lofton, incomplete. Intended for Lofton. Steve Wilson covering.
It goes back. He makes a good move here to get away from the rush. It afford him some time to throw the ball. He throws it. Dennis Thurman gets knocked down there. Almost a completion, almost a touchdown. Thurman got knocked down and kind of avoid another defender. Cleveland leading Tampa Bay 17-13 after trailing in that game. They have come back. Brian Sight and Charles White. Getting them going there.
Adkins is in there now in the backfield. Eddie Lee Ivory, and he gets inside the 35. Bob Bruni going to make the tackle.
Looks like it down. We might see shotgun again from the Packers. And I think this is good for Dickey because of his problems he's had with his leg. Keeps him from wasting that energy, having to get back and set up. He's already back there. It's a big help to him. Look at that, 28 zip. The Rams are at it again.
3rd and 6 outside the 33-yard line. Shotgun for Lynn Dickey. Thompson incomplete. Looking around to see if Steve Wilson interfered. No flags.
No flags. Ball was overthrown. Both men stopped trying to make a catch.
Chester Marco is coming onto the field, the hero of the opening day victory against the Chicago Bears.
We made a good run, didn't he?
Marco was the man who had his field goal attempt blocked right back into his hands, and he ran 25 yards for the game-winning touchdown in overtime.
A negative play gets you a win.
52-yarder now with David Beverly holding. 52-yard attempt. Now he's going to punt it. Chester Marco punts inside the 10, rolling, and touchback. got across into the end zone. 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line. He was hoping to squib it down there somewhere.
But it was such a low punt, it could have been blocked from the line of scrimmage. Watch this. Look how low it is. It just gets over. It was almost blocked. And he made a good kick. It rolls, but it took a Dallas roll.
Just to Marco, the triple threat man. Punt, run, and place kick.
Triple threat.
That's the Green Bay sideline, of course.
33-yard punt.
Not too shabby. 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line for the Dallas Cowboys. 1 minute 55 seconds left in the first quarter. Dallas is leading here by a score of 7-0. That's Newhouse loosening up left. Jurgensen across in motion. Dorsett carrying. Tony Dorsett to the 28-yard line. Ed O'Neill, Penn State linebacker, and to make the tackle.
Boy, that Rams scored 28-0 over the Giants. Elvis Peacock has 3 touchdowns now. Did they get 51 last week? 28 today?
At the 51 against these Green Bay Packers.
They don't want to be reminded.
Drew Pearson in a wide right. Dorsett, tailback. Pearson in motion. Newhouse across the 40-yard line. 1st and 10. Mike McCoy from the corner made the tackle at the 42-yard line.
The way to attack the 34. You say it all the time, running straight at it. Some good blocking at the point of attack by Cooper and Rafferty. Newhouse finds a little daylight, picks up a 1st down.
We have less than 1 minute remaining to be played in the first quarter at Milwaukee's County Stadium. The clock has wound down to 45 seconds remaining in this period. It is 1st down and 10 yards to go, and the ball is at the 42-yard line. Pearson moves out into a slot right. Dorsett in motion left. Newhouse with the ball. Can't get around the corner. He goes out of bounds at the 45-yard line. Stops the clock at 23.
They can't get him down. Boy, he's a good team player. 5 rushes, 25 yards. Says whatever it takes. If they want me to play behind Ron Springs, I will. I'll do whatever I can.
Jay Saldy's coming to the ball game now. Tight end. He's had 8 receptions. Hill to the left side, Drew Pearson right side. Right. Complete to Dorsett, 50, 45, 40. 35, Dorsett 30. Kept that balance down to the 27-yard line. Mike Douglas on the stop.
Boys, he just avoids the rush this time, throws it on the run. Dorsett out in the open. Way you like to have him with the football as he cuts back against the grain and starts across, and he's finally run down and knocked down.
That is the end of the first quarter, and the score: Dallas 7, Green Bay nothing. At Milwaukee County Stadium, this is Lindsey Nelson with Sonny Jurgensen. We're starting the second quarter. Dallas leading 7-0. They have the ball 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line of the Green Bay Packers. James Jones and Robin Newhouse are the setbacks. That's Jones moving up into a right set and back to the tailback for Danny White, the quarterback. Fumble on the snap. Scramble. Danny White pulled away without the football, and he got on it himself. You never did that, did you?
Are you kidding? I've been behind the guard before trying to get that thing. Here he is. They may have changed. I don't know if they changed. Does this happen last week when he threw a touchdown pass? But they've had some trouble with the exchange in the early going of this year. And last week resulted in a touchdown. Not this time.
Second down, 11 yards to go, and the ball's at the 29-yard line of the Green Bay Packers. White has the ball. There's it black up to Salty. Steve Luke covered. It'll be 3rd and 11.
They came with the blitz again. Mike Douglas coming on the blitz. And he was wise in throwing the thing away, and I think we have a penalty on roughing the passer.
Against the Packers, and it's being marked off. Down to the 15-yard line, inside the 15. We'll get it now from Silva.
Personal foul, 53, roughing the passer, to the head, first down.
Mike Douglas.
Robert Newhouse has gone back and picked up the flag of the official.
Take it home with him, I think. 1st and 10 at the 15-yard line. Dorsett and Newhouse, the running backs for the Dallas Cowboys. Newhouse loosens up left. Saldi in motion across. Dorsett. That was Ezra Johnson on the tackle.
They strung that one out pretty good. Good defensive play, Ezra Johnson that time, playing off his block, swinging it wide.
2nd and 7 at the 12. Tony Hill coming into the ball game.
They got 2 tight ends, Saldi and Dupree in. Only 1 running back.
That is Dorsett. Puts it up in the corner to Hill and incomplete. Over and into the step. That is what you call upended.
I've seen a lot of baseball players do it. I don't think I've seen a football player do it. He goes all the way in the stand. That stand is very close there. Good throw, gets a touchdown, man. He just overthrew him.
It'll be 3rd and 7 at the 12. Look.
A little step and go pattern. He just steps outside, had beat Hood for the touchdown. Couldn't quite hang on to it, and there he goes.
Newhouse in motion right. Newhouse. Ball is taken away by the Green Bay Packers. Ed O'Neill has it. Ed O'Neill, number 56. There may be a face mask back down there where Newhouse was. As it was returned by the linebacker.
You'll see right here, Newhouse going in the flat. Hood makes a good play coming off of his coverage, seeing the ball, makes the initial hit, knocks the ball loose. Ed O'Neill picks it up. The face mask will be called on him. Looks like Pat Donovan coming over right there makes a grasp for him. The Pack's going to get the ball and also a penalty.
That's over the referee.
Number 67 on the run back, face mask, first down.
Pat Donovan. So it's going to be 1st and 10 now for the Green Bay Packers, and they have the ball at the 40-yard line. And the Packer fans have something to yell about here. 26-yard return. Avery and Adkins are the running backs now for the Pack. Dickey has quarterbacked them throughout. Thompson in motion across. Avery looks back to the 50, to the 45. Eddie Lee Avery steps out of bounds at the 35-yard line.
Boy, does he feel comfortable at that tailback spot. Take a look. Play design to go to the right side. Goforth makes an excellent block, taking his man across the hole, allowing him to cut back. Cuts back against the grain, avoids Wilson, and picks up 26 yards before he steps out of bounds.
So now it's the Green Bay Packers with the ball inside the 35-yard line to the Dallas Cowboys. Cowboys are leading 7-0. We're in the second quarter with 13 minutes, 12 seconds left in the first half. Atkins and Ivory, the setbacks. Atkins. got to the 34-yard line. Too tall Jones made the tackle. Eddie Lee Ivory's run was the Packers' longest run from scrimmage all season. Yankees are leading Detroit 2-0 in the third inning. Yanks on top in the Eastern Division of the American League.
And the magic number's getting lower too, isn't it?
Getting lower and lower and lower. Thompson in motion. Dickey. Out into the flat. Thompson gathered it in and was hit immediately by Aaron Mitchell.
And a good play by Mitchell. The type of throw like that, the receiver can break away from the tackle. There was nobody there. He would have run a long way.
Third down and 5. Outside the 29-yard line. Lofton is in the slot right. Kaufman is loosened up left. They're in the shotgun. Dickey. And it is completed. Going to be marked inside the 20-yard line. Andre Thompson.
The shotgun. Watch your high snap here. Dickey goes up and gets it already in a passing position. Simple turn-in pattern. He makes a good throw. Tell you one thing, Mr. Dickey, you're helping the Green Bay Packers today with accurate throws like that.
First down and 10 yards to go, and the ball's at the 19-yard line of the Dallas Cowboys. The Green Bay Packers trying to drive it in. They trail by 7. Ivory. Gets it inside the 10-yard line. Brunig brought him down.
And a good block that time by Steve Atkins. Take a look, number 32 right in front of him. Screening people, throwing a block, frees him up. Makes a hit on Charlie Waters, and they take it inside of the 10.
Second down and inches to go. Atkins and Ivory are the setbacks. Thompson in motion. Atkins. He's got the first down yardage. It's going to be first and goal at the 6-yard line.
Oh, boy, is he strong. A freight train. Boy, he just cuts back this time. Not a lot of blocking. People had a shot at him right there. Dede Lewis has a shot at him. Coming across right there. Making a hit, Wilson, but he fights back and picks up enough for the first down. They got first and goal.
The Green Bay Packers trying to take it in against the Dallas Cowboys here in the second quarter. Atkins stays in the left set. Eddie Lee Ivory in the right set for Lynn Dickey. Thompson in motion. Atkins. Touchdown! Atkins for the touchdown for the Green Bay Packers.
A 60-yard drive. They got to be happy about that. Well executed. Big, strong Steve Atkins from Maryland, cutting back, getting good blocking. Leotis Harris making a good block. Right there, he gets hit by Randy White. Keeps driving, fights his way into the end zone.
You had a look at head coach Bart Starr coming out to the edge of the field to greet that unit as it came off. Beverly will hold off at just a Marco. The point, if good, will tie the score. It's down, it's up, it's good, and the score is tied. The Green Bay Packers 7 and the Dallas Cowboys 7. 9 minutes and 25 seconds remaining to be played in this game at County Stadium in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Wilson and Timmy Newsom, and Chester Marco has it on the tee. is coming up at the 9. Jones to the 10. James Jones to the 15, to the 20, to the 25. And rolls across the 30-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 at the 30 for the Dallas Cowboys.
Ed Murray has put Detroit up 10-7 in the third quarter over Minnesota with a 36-yard field goal. Dallas has surrendered some points in the first half this year. They've played a lot better in the second half, but they were a little concerned about coming into County Stadium here because the Pack plays well here. They're 29-2 at County Stadium, 16-23-2 at Lambeau Field, so they like playing in Milwaukee.
In the 3-4, it's Kit Lathrop, Terry Jones, and Casey Merrill down there now for the Green Bay Packers. This is Dorsett. Where to go? Out of bounds for no gain. Estes Hood ran him out. Lost an inch or so.
Green Bay defense playing well. Dallas having trouble getting untracked offensively, even though they're tied in this game. The big play was a 50-yard punt, run from punt by Danny White.
Dorsett has carried 7 times for 18 yards so far today. Drew Pearson in the left, Tony Hill in the right. Newhouse and Dorsett. Dorsett. Was he ever pinned by Mike Douglas?
Well, you look at all the turmoil they've had, people talking about whether Bart Starr should go, whether he shouldn't go, players making comments and everything, the articles in the paper, yet this team rises to the occasion, overcoming the adversity you hear all the time, and that's what they're doing right now.
Bart Starr in his 6th year as head coach of these Green Bay Packers.
I think he's 1-1 against Tom Landry.
Shotgun. Danny White back to receive the direct snap. Hill with the ball. Tony Hill gathered it in.
Well, he makes a great throw right here from the shotgun. His excellent coverage on this, on the pattern. Hill running a deep sideline pattern, but look at the coverage and look where the ball has to be for him to make the reception. Johnny Gray covering.
They make it a 1st and 10 now for the Dallas Cowboys at their 44-yard line. Drew Pearson and Tony Hill a double to the left side. Dupree, tight end, is split to the right side. Quick pitch now, taken by Dorsett. Tony Dorsett finds running room down to the 46-yard line.
Again, Johnny Gray running him out of bounds over there, but that's all he needs. A little daylight. He found it outside. Very close to a 1st down. Yes, I think he does get the 1st down.
Tom Landry looking on there on the headset. Jim Myers beside him, the assistant head coach. 1st down. Newhouse to the 40-yard line.
Good blocking right up the middle of that the field that time by Herbert Scott, Fitzgerald, and Rafferty.
2nd and 4 at the 40.
New Orleans leading Miami 16-0 now. Archie Manning hit Ike Harris for a 25-yard touchdown.
Dorsett right. Newhouse. Approached the 1st down 6. Mike McCoy made the tackle. So he was getting to the 36-yard line.
Well, they're having to pay the price for the yards they're getting. They're getting them grudgingly. He really took a whack that time.
3rd down, less than a yard to go at the 36. And they got a couple of more tight ends in the ball game now. 3rd and extremely short. Newhouse right, Dorsett left. Dorsett 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Well, when you get 3 tight ends and you realize you're going to run the football, good place for a play-action pass. Boy, look at Pittsburgh. Chicago, no offense at all. 31-3 now.
Right here we're in a 7-7 tie with 6 minutes 22 seconds left in the half.
A lot of people come up with no offense against Pittsburgh.
Don't they though? Now it's Johnson and Butler. 3 down linemen in the 3-4 defense of the Green Bay Packers. Anyway. And Mike Butler got to him. Number 77.
And boy, does he get there in a hurry, too. Little roll out to the left. Going back, little play action, rolling away, but Butler beats his man, comes around. Oh, and White didn't see him coming. They're the kind that sting.
Loss of 10 on the play. Makes it 2nd down and 20 yards to go. Jay Saldi coming back in there. Wiley Turner's in for the Green Bay Packers as they go into 6 deep backs now in full anticipation of the pass. 2nd and 20. Whistle stops play before the snap. Delay of game. Cost Dallas 5. 2nd and 25 at the 50-yard line.
It was bad enough to have a 2nd and 20 call.
Delay offense.
2nd and 25, you don't have many calls for that either.
Is that the one the coach sends in?
I asked Lombardi about that one time. He turned his back on me one day when it was 3rd and 18. I said, why'd you turn your back? He said, I didn't get you in that position. You did. You make the call.
To the 45-yard line. Wiley Turner made the tackle. 3rd and 20 now at the 45.
I was just kind of looking to the sidelines to get a little help. Thought maybe he'd give me a little help. Turned his back on me.
Dorsett has carried 11 times for 35 yards today. Danny White, playing quarterback, with Roger Staubach having retired after having been at the helm for so many years for the Cowboys. So they're still trying to find out what life is like without Roger Staubach. Out of the shotgun, Danny White. And it is completed to Hill. I think it's just short of the 1st down.
Picks up 19 and a half.
And it's at the 26-yard line.
Boy, he steps up right through the pocket then and makes a good, strong throw. Wiley Turner almost had a shot to knock it down. The ball just beat him there.
4th down, about a yard to go, and here come all those tight ends in again.
And they're going to go for it.
They go on 4th down. Newhouse and Dorsett. 3 tight ends. Dorsett. He got it. He just got it, but he got it.
He just did, but only with his blistering speed did he get it.
Estes Hood, Ed O'Neill ran him out.
I don't know how many backs would have made this. But you see, they've played the play perfectly. And just his speed gets him around the outside of Hood, enough for the 1st down.
1st and 10 out the 24-yard line.
You realize they were 2nd and 25, 3rd and 20, and end up keeping the drive alive. Big plays.
James Jones checking in there now, and Dorsett is checking out. They're doubling Hill and Drew Pearson to the left side. Newhouse. Oh no. Mike Butler overtook him at the 27-yard line.
I don't think anybody got blocked that time. There were 9 green shirts, only 2 people away from Robert Newhouse.
2nd and 12 as it's placed on the 26-yard line. Drew Pearson coming to the left side, puts Johnson in there now, goes to the right side. Tony Hill's in the slot left. Loosen up Johnson to the right side. Loosen up Dorsett. Johnson. He latched on at the 15-yard line.
Boy, Hood had
the defender.
Excuse me, Lindsey. Hood had the play covered this time. White has to throw the ball off balance because of the blitz coming at him. He throws it off balance. Hood, not wanting to have pass interference call, thought he could jar the ball loose. He didn't do it. Another first down for Dallas.
And this one at the 13-yard line. Tom Landry on the headset. Clock is running. 2 minutes, 25 seconds remaining in the first half as we approach the 2-minute warning. Score tied 7-7. Dorsett to the tailback of the I formation. Newhouse. Outside the 6-yard line. Johnny Gray made the tackle.
8 rushes for Newhouse, 32 yards. He's had a good first half.
And we have reached the 2-minute warning. With 2 minutes remaining to be played in the first half. Milwaukee's County Stadium, the score is tied. Dallas 7 and Green Bay 7. With 2 minutes remaining to be played now, it is 2nd down and 4 yards to go for the Dallas Cowboys at the 7-yard line of the Green Bay Packers, with the score tied 7-7.
Cardinals and Eagles, a deadlock at 7 apiece in the second quarter. Cardinals always play well against Philadelphia.
Danny White was over in conference with Tom Landry and his board of strategy for the Dallas Cowboys. And Devlin Hill and Pearson to the right side. Jay Saul is the tight end left. Newhouse ahead of Dorsett, who moves right. Dorsett inside the 5-yard line. Charles Johnson, Ed O'Neill on the tackle.
Important drive for Dallas to score here before the halftime. Eating up the clock.
3rd down, less than a yard to go, and the ball is outside the 3-yard line. Clock is running with 1:30 remaining to be played in the first half. Score is tied 7-7.
You like to get points on the board going in right before the halftime, and it makes that other club think about it a little bit during the half.
Dorsett out of bounds right there at the corner.
Dorsett pulled out of his stance a little early there. Some of the players asking about it.
It was fortunate that he wasn't going forward.
Exactly right. He was moving laterally. He can do that. And again, his speed just gets him around the outside, takes it down to the goal line.
Where it is now 1st down and goal to go. And the clock says we have 1 minute, 11 seconds remaining in the first half. Score tied 7-7. Newhouse and Jones now. Jones on the left set, Newhouse on the right set. Jones loosening up. Newhouse. Touchdown.
Oh, they almost had a bad exchange, too. They almost had a bad exchange that time. Danny White had trouble with the football coming out. Look, he reaches back to get it. Gets the ball to Newhouse. The man in motion's blocking for him, and he gets in for the touchdown.
So the Dallas Cowboys have scored with 1 minute, 7 seconds remaining in the half. They have a conversion attempt coming. Raphael Septien is in to attempt it. Danny White will hold for, I beg your pardon, Charlie Waters will hold for him. Septien's kick is good. And as they come back up the field, the score is now The Dallas Cowboys 14, the Green Bay Packers 7. We have 1 minute 7 seconds remaining to be played in the first half. Dropping back deep now to receive the kickoff. Mike McCoy and Andre Thompson for the Green Bay Packers. You see the Dallas scoring drive, and Rafael Septién has teed the ball up on the 35-yard line. Clock starts when the ball is touched by a player of the receiving team in the field of play. Septién puts it up. Thompson. Clock starts. He's at the 4-yard line to the 5 to the 10 to the 15. And goes out of bounds before he got to the 20. It was Dennis Thurman hanging on, spinning him around.
Inside of a minute. James Lofton hasn't caught a pass yet today, and he needs only 27 to go over 2,000 in his career.
Always a threat. James Lofton, great pass receiver.
It's tough when you can't get the ball to your star. You need to get it to those guys that can do something with it, and he is certainly one that can. He's got a little sore foot, though. It may be bothering. That may be one of the reasons they're staying away from him.
Then Dickey is quarterback the Packers throughout. He was in a shotgun. They've used that a lot. Ivory and Adkins are the setbacks. Gives it off to Ivory. Eddie Lee Ivory. Pulled down as Guy Brown brought him down from behind as he crossed the 20-yard line.
And Guy Brown made a great football play then. The play was designed. It had people, all kinds of people out in front of it. He just knifed through and made the tackle.
Second down and 8. 33 seconds remaining. They shift into the shotgun. And Dickey. It's complete and almost intercepted by Anthony Dickerson.
Hit him right in the chest.
Bad place.
I think he was surprised. But Green Bay doesn't want a mistake here. They've had, except for the big putt, they played well here in the first half. They don't want to make any mistakes here and give Dallas another score before halftime.
Incompletion stopped the clock with 23 seconds remaining to be played in the first half. You see time remaining in set.
Houston and Cincinnati all tied up at 10 apiece in the fourth quarter, and Buffalo's leading Oakland 24-7.
Lofton wide to the left side, Andre Thompson wide to the right side. Dickey out of the shotgun, gives it off to Adkins. Adkins across the 30, across the 35, and up to the 37-yard line.
And Green Bay wants a timeout.
And they get one here. When play is resumed, it will be 1st and 10 for the Green Bay Packers. They'll have the ball at their own 37 as you look at the board of strategy. 15 seconds remaining to be played in the first half. The clock will start when the ball is snapped. They're in the shotgun. 245. Thompson incomplete. 9 seconds left on the clock.
A lot of people around the football. Tough pattern. Toughest situation for quarterback going back, trying to throw the ball into this coverage. Look at this. Clink scale, a lot of people. Wilson around the football. Dickerson. A lot of white shirts, down to 9 seconds.
Second down and 10 yards to go for the Packers. The ball at their own 37-yard line. Leave this one on the ground to Adkins. It gets across the 40-yard line. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second, and that is it. They've come to the intermission now with the Dallas Cowboys leading by a score of 14-7.
All right, back live in New York. I'm Brent Musburger with Irv Cross. A little bit of everything going on right now. Let's take you to the scoreboard. The Detroit Lions are on the move. An important sequence for them. 28-0 in the fourth. The Rams are dominating the Giants. Elsewhere, the Pittsburgh Steelers have snapped back. It's now 38-3 over Chicago, and Jim Smith out of Michigan has caught 3 touchdown passes. And there, Detroit leading Minnesota 10-7, but the Lions have just called a timeout, and they're marching. They're inside the 10-yard line. New Orleans 16-0 over Miami. Jimmy the Greek reports on the NFL Today that Chuck Muncie will be traded by the Saints. Oakland losing to Buffalo big 24-7. That game is in the fourth. Joe Cribbs has scored 2 touchdowns, one a 21-yard pass from Ferguson. Cleveland now ahead of Tampa Bay 17-13 as Seif goes 4 yards to Calvin Hill, and Charles White runs in from 8 yards. Houston snaps back, ties Cincinnati 10-all. Fritz 27-yarder after a 1-yard TD run by Coleman. Earl Campbell injured, did not play at all in the first half. Philadelphia and St. Louis tied at 7. That game is in the second period. And of course, the contest that you are watching, the Dallas Cowboys lead the Green Bay Packers at the half 14-7. How about some highlights? The Los Angeles Rams faced a 4th and 1 early against the Giants. The Giants had played good defense. They called Elvis Peacock's number, and you will see Elvis Peacock stretch out the defense right here to the left. And this is a very impressive run. He just battled in there on 4th down. Then they set him up in the I. And as the I back, he made it 13-0, and the extra point made it 14. Then Vince Ferragamo to a young tight end, rookie from New Mexico by the name of Walt Arnold. And it was 21-0 in a long afternoon for Perkins and the Giants. Ferragamo, who has now taken complete control of the Rams because of the finger injury suffered by Hayden, he wants Drew Hill good for 60 yards to the 4-yard line. And it was number 34, Elvis Peacock, 4 yards out, his 3rd touchdown of the afternoon. And speaking of threes, Irv Cross, Jim Smith has put on some show in Pittsburgh.
3 touchdown passes caught from Terry Bradshaw, of course, filling in for the injured John Stallworth. The Pittsburgh Steelers, coming off of a loss last week, were angry young men today, and they just, in the fourth quarter now, dominating the Bears 38-3. But Bradshaw this time going up to Smith, hits him in the end zone. Bradshaw again going to number 86. Touchdown pass number 2. It's not over yet, Brent. That's right. They all come in threes. Bradshaw, number 86. Smith, his 3rd touchdown pass today, 24-3 Pittsburgh at this point in the game. Franco Harris taking a pitch around his left end, makes a nifty 24-yard run. He stopped, but the Pittsburgh Steelers late in the fourth quarter lead the Bears 38-3.
Meanwhile, the Detroit Lions and their impressive rookie Billy Sims darting for 25 yards against the Minnesota Vikings, who bottled up Walter Payton last year. Gary Danielson going to David Hill for the touchdown. It was 7-0. Then on the play action, Tommy Kramer rallying the Vikes. Wanted Ahmad Rashad. It was a 40-yard touchdown, but the Lions have just come back on another Danielson touchdown pass, and they are rolling it up. It is now 17-7. Meanwhile, we see Miami trying to strike against New Orleans and go long, and Woodley is intercepted by Tommy Myers. The rookie has been replaced by Bob Greasy. And Archie Manning here goes to Ike Harris for a touchdown pass. And boy, that shakeup in New Orleans really worked wonders, didn't it for him? All right, and we get late word that the St. Louis Cardinals have just kicked a field goal late in the second quarter. They now lead the unbeaten Philadelphia Eagles 10-7.
Dallas punted only 1 time in the first half. Green Bay punted twice in the first half. That's Rafael Septien, who will do the kicking off.
But he's got to find the right end of the field.
Yeah, it was at the wrong place. You've got it.
You know, Landry said that it's no easy road to success, and we'll have good days and bad days. We've got a lot of good players, and we're going to play well a lot of the time. But how soon we become a consistent team, I'm not sure. And that's what they're working for.
Green Bay Packers will be breaking into formation to receive the kickoff.
As that Detroit's got unwound, 24-7 now in the fourth quarter. Danielson's thrown a couple of touchdown passes and a 29-yard pass interception returned by Ray Odom.
You see Mike McCoy dropping back there deep. And dropping back deep with him now is Huckabee.
New Orleans over Miami 16-7.
Stepped in, puts it up. Huckabee is at the 10-yard line, and he gets to the 15, to the 20, to the 25, to the 30. That is where the Green Bay Packers will start the second half now. Anthony Dickerson downfield to make the tackle for the Dallas Cowboys. Just across the 30-yard line.
Cowboys get their flex straightened out at halftime, and they have been a little stingy for points in the second half, much better than in the first. See what adjustments they've made.
And Dickey's the quarterback. Eddie Lee Avery and Gary Ellis are the running backs. Andrew Thompson out to a wide right. James Lawson out to a wide left. It's Thompson. Ellis. Penalty marker is thrown. Randy White, 54 on the tackle. Offsides against the Dallas Cowboys.
Well, that's not the adjustment they wanted to make.
Local 2 to 28, sir. Yeah. Go. Bring the KCD with you, sir, range. Off.
In any case, it's a 5-yard penalty for offsides, and it's at the 35-yard line, 1st and 5.
Houston has taken a 13-10 lead over Cincinnati with 2 Tony Fritz field goals. It's in the 4th quarter.
Thompson in motion. Eddie Lee Avery stopped at the 33-yard line by Too Tall Jones. Loss of 3, loss of 2 will make it 2nd down and 7.
Boy, Heckman and Jones really played that well. Could tell they expected the play coming to them. They play teams' tendencies from the first half. Made a good play that time.
Cowboys are leading 14-7 as we have begun the 3rd quarter. It's been cloudy and overcast all day long here in Milwaukee.
63!
They're in the shotgun. Eddie Lee Avery with a one-hand catch. Across the 40-yard line. He's got the first down. A penalty marker goes into the stack. It's about the 41-yard line.
Boy, it's hard to teach people to make catches like this. Swinging out of the backfield, top of your screen. Watch it, everybody's back. Look at this catch. He made it look easy, didn't he?
He does. Unfortunately, there's a clipping penalty against the Pack.
Oh, nice catch. Comes upfield, just one-handed catch, and I think you just saw the clipping penalty.
Offense, number 80, personal foul, clipping. 2nd down.
It's Lofton.
Boy, they had enough for the first down, too, Lindsey. Here's a signal being sent in by Zeke. Zeke Rutkowski. I don't know if he was saying his belt was loose or not. I thought he was sending Dickey a signal.
2nd and 16, and the ball is at the 25-yard line. Now it is Ellis carried. Got across the 40-yard line, and enough for the first down by inches, I think.
The draw play always looks well when it works, and when you're 3rd and long and they pick it up and Ellis breaks out of it, they did some of this right before the half, and they found some running room from the shotgun, and this time they do too against the nickel defense.
And they got the first down. It's 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line for the Green Bay Packers. Philadelphia leading Montreal 1-0 in the 2nd inning. That's in the Eastern Division of the National League. Penalty marker. Dickey throwing long and incomplete.
Well, he had a free play. That's the first time they've tried to go to Lofton. He had a free play because they had him off sides.
That'll cost him 5 and make it a 1st and 5. Moving it up to the 46-yard line.
Boy, it's fun calling plays at 1st and 5.
Defense, number 50. Offside. First down.
D.D. Lewis. Thompson to the right side, Cassidy to the left side. Hickey. Unloads to Ellis. Gary Ellis to the Dallas 29-yard line. Perhaps the 30 when it's spotted. Larry Cole and Aaron Mitchell finally brought him down.
Good smart play this time by Dickey. He could not throw the ball to the man he wanted to. Just kind of shovels it straight ahead to Ellis. And Ellis does have great instincts as far as running the football. Cuts back up, little daylight, keeps going until Mitchell finally hauls him down. 25 yards.
Dallas is leading 14-7. Green Bay with the ball, 1st and 10 at the Dallas 29-yard line. Thompson in motion across. Dickey with the ball. And he's sacked.
Pattern didn't develop for him that time. A play action pass on 1st down. And Randy White, take a look. This is what he's looking at. Going back, he fakes, goes back, but the pattern just does not come clean. He did not throw it wisely when he wanted to, but you saw he had time. But you see what, when you get hit from the blind side and that leg goes out from under you.
2nd and 17 at the 36-yard line.
15 sacks. He had 6 last week against the Rams.
They stay in the shotgun.
Everybody's coming.
And it's incomplete and almost intercepted. For one brief moment. It was
Clinkscale had it right in his hands. He couldn't hold on to it. Because of the blitz, he had to throw the ball early. Nobody picked up the blitz. Watch Clinkscale standing right here looking at the ball. Oh, is that to me? Oops. Oh, I tell you, I never got a defensive back to drop my passes. I never understood that. Look at him. He really gets up in the air, doesn't he?
3rd and 17 at the 36-yard line. They stay in the shotgun. Dickey. And it's complete to Andre Thompson. Inside the 20-yard line. Spinning for 1st down yardage. That last effort, I think, got the 1st down.
Good pass protection. Something Green Bay hasn't done well. No blitz coming this time. Mitchell on the play. Thompson fights for the 1st down.
It's at the 19-yard line. 1st and 10 Green Bay in Dallas territory. Yankees leading Detroit 5-3 in the 7th inning. Lofton going to the left side, Andre Thompson to the right side. Lynn Dickey brings him up in an I formation. Eddie Lee Avery's the tailback. Andre Thompson in motion across. Eddie Lee Avery to the 12-yard line.
Boy, you can see a team get fired up, making a couple of plays. They've made a couple of big 3rd down plays, and that's what happens. They get fired up, and they're moving again.
Charlie Waters made the tackle, but there's a penalty marker against the Packers, and that moves it back to the 29. Check it out.
Holding.
The holding penalty against the Packers moves it back to their 29.
As a final, Buffalo defeating Oakland 24-7. Oh, Buffalo, that's their 4th straight.
1st and 20 at the 29. Cassidy out to a wide right. And timeout taken now for the Green Bay Packers. Timeout. Dickey going over to the sideline now. Zeke Bratkowski there. Bart Starr there. 10 minutes, 39 seconds remain to be played in the third quarter of this game, and Dallas is leading 14-7.
They haven't been getting the pass rush without blitzing the shotgun. He's had plenty of time to throw the football, and they're doing very simple patterns, deep turn-ins. They've picked up some crucial third down plays in this drive, and they have 1st and 20 here. They need a couple of big plays again. I'm sure they're thinking right now, let's don't try to get it all at once. They don't want to make any mistakes on this drive. They want to come out of this drive with some points. Ed Murray, another field goal. Detroit leading Minnesota 27-7 now. Detroit, no Sims touchdowns this time, this game, but they have a complete football team now. We're getting Sims, inspired their offense. Danielson back.
After a year last year in which they struggled all year long. Of course, they had lost Danielson with an injury before it all began last year, really.
Another fourth quarter score. Cleveland over Tampa Bay, 31-13. Brian Sipes. Last touchdown of Calvin Hill. Second touchdown pass. This one 44 yards. 31-13, 10:20 left in the fourth.
Dickey back to the huddle now with a 1st and 20 for Green Bay at the Dallas 29-yard line. Andre Thompson far to the left side. James Lofton to the right side. Ellis and Ivory are the setbacks. Dickey. And it's complete to Thompson. He's at the 15-yard line. Not enough for the first down. Brunig and Aaron Mitchell on the stop.
Boy, he threw this ball right on time. Really made a good throw that time, Lindsey. Right in the gap. The ball was a little late. Could have been intercepted, but he threw it very quickly. Good timing pattern.
Second down, about 7 yards to go. On the 15-yard line. By the reverse play, Andre Thompson gets to the 12, picked up about 3 on the play.
Well, Steve Wilson made a great play this time because he had blocking out in front of him. He slips the blocks. Take a look. The pitch to Ivory to give to Thompson. Thompson coming around. You'll see the blocking out. Only one man here, but he slips it. Makes a play right behind Leotis Harris. Good play by Wilson.
Third down, about 3.5 at the 12-yard line. Big third down play coming here for the Green Bay Packers, who trail by 7 points in this ball game. We're in the third quarter.
68!
Ellis just got to the 10 and a little inside. So it's going to be 4th down coming up. Be about a yard to go.
And decision time for the coaching staff.
Where do you go? What do you do?
They're going for it.
4th and a yard.
Let's look at the signal.
At the 10.
Thought we were going to see Zeke signal coming into Dickey. You see him standing looking at the bench.
Can the Packers pick up a yard and keep their drive alive as the Cowboys pick in their defense?
Will they gamble on 4th down and go for a play-action pass for the touchdown?
Timeout. Second timeout call. Dickey talking to Silva. Silva gave the timeout signal. Continued the conversation, and now Dickey goes to the sideline. They have used 2 of their allotted 3 times out in this half already here in the third quarter.
A shutout by scoring on the last play of the game. The Rams defeat the Giants 28-7.
And right here, the Green Bay Packers, 4th down and a yard to go at the 10-yard line to the Dallas Cowboys. Dallas leading by a score of 14-7. Ellis and Ivory, the setbacks for Dickey. Ellis. And I don't think he made it. He tried to struggle that last foot, but it looked as though he might have come up about a foot short.
Boy, they're going to measure. What great effort by Ellis that time. Tremendous effort fighting.
And if he didn't make it, the ball goes over to the Dallas Cowboys.
I think they're motioning already that Dallas is taking over the ball. They've avoided this drive by Green Bay.
So the Cowboy defense held and took over at the 10-yard line. They're leading by a score of 14-7.
Or you can see it right here. Watch the effort by Ellis and the Cowboy defense struggling to avoid the first down. The Pittsburgh Steelers defeated the Chicago Bears 38-3. 4 touchdown passes by Terry Bradshaw, 3 to Jim Smith.
The Dallas Cowboys have the ball. 1st and 10. They have it at their own 10-yard line. Danny White is quarterback all day long. Dorsett's the tailback. Newhouse. Robert Newhouse out to the 15 for 5. Stopped by Ed O'Neill. They make it 2nd down and 5 yards to go for the Cowboys.
Where Dallas knew they were going to be in for a tough afternoon coming in here to County Stadium. Some teams just play other teams a little tougher than others, and Green Bay's always played well. They're one of 6 teams that hold a winning margin over the Cowboys.
Dorsett's the lone setback. Loosen up Drew Pearson to the right side. Tony Hill to the left side. Whistle stops play. Delay of game, I think. Procedure penalty.
Detroit beat Minnesota 27-7. Gary Danielson threw for 2 touchdown passes. Billy Sims rushed for 157 yards.
Offense, number 68. False start. 2nd down.
Herbert Scott. Second and 10 back at the 10-yard line. Dallas has had 9 penalties for 63 yards. Green Bay's had 6 for 65 yards. 2nd down play coming for the Cowboys. Double Hill and Pearson to the right side. Newhouse tried to cut back, but nothing. Charles Johnson was there. Nose tackle.
New Orleans 16, Miami 14. Miami coming back a little bit now. 16-14 in the 4th quarter.
3rd and 10 at the 10.
Dallas needs a big play offensively. If they're going to quiet down this aroused Green Bay Packer team.
Going to the shotgun. Danny White at the goal line. That's Butch Johnson. And it's enough for the 1st and 10 as the Dallas Cowboys keep the drive alive. Johnny Gray, Wiley Turner made the stop on Johnson.
And when you think of big plays, you think of that man running off the field right there. Butch Johnson continually makes big plays for the Cowboys. 1st and 10.
At the 23-yard line with 6 minutes 20 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Pearson goes right, Tony Hill to the left side. Dorsett the lone setback. Loosen up Tony Hill left. Dorsett sprints out to the 29-yard line. Picked up 6. Mike Douglas on the tackle.
Well, that could have gone a long way if Douglas doesn't get a leg here of Dorsett. See the quickness of Dorsett coming through this hole here. He gets some good blocking. But look, just a leg. If he doesn't get that leg, Dorsett might run 50 yards, which he has in 16 rushes. Down to 5 minutes left in the third quarter.
Cowboys are leading by a score of 14-7. You see the clock. Double wide receivers to the right side. Danny White. Tony Hill. Pulled out of bounds at the 37-yard line by Mike McCoy.
2 third-down completions by White in this drive just to keep the drive alive. Look at the Cardinals. Who said they couldn't play defense? 17-7 in the third quarter. O.J. Anderson, 14-yard run for the Cardinals' last touchdown.
Cowboys calling a first down play. Send Drew Pearson out left. Tony Hill to the right side. Newhouse and Dorsett are still the setbacks. Danny White. Drew Pearson at the 50-yard line. And he is scissored at the 48. Mike McCoy was there, along with Steve Luke.
Good throw that time. Excellent throw by White because they had a safety blitz on. He threw the ball before Pearson had ever made his break. The blitzes are coming. O'Neal coming. The safety man Gray was coming. And he throws it. Boy, look at that. What a good camera shot. McCoy standing there making the play.
Dorsett turns it on a little bit and gets inside the 40-yard line.
Ooh, he saw a goal line then.
Johnny Gray made the stop.
Looked like he saw some goal line. Danny White's 10 out of 13 for 121 yards to compare to Lynn Dickey's 7 out of 16, only 79 yards.
Going to take it all the way across to measure for the possible first down before spotting the ball. First and 10. Just short of the 38-yard line.
Dorsett's now got 69 yards. Seems they always, they got some kind of streak going where every time he gets 100 yards, they've won.
Then they double Drew Pearson and Tony Hill to the left side. Newhouse. Stopped by Mike Douglas at the 33-yard line.
I like the way Newhouse runs. Every time he takes a look left, one right, he doesn't see any daylight, straight ahead.
Picked up 5 yards on the play. Tight end Jay Salty has come in.
Baltimore leading Cleveland. It's 4-3 in the 7th inning.
Montreal leading Philadelphia 2-1 in the 3rd inning.
Boy, is that a close race.
Tony Dorsett's the lone setback. Newhouse has gone out of the ball game for the moment. Wide receivers loosened up. Salty inside the 10-yard line. Steve Luke made the tackle on Jay Salty.
Danny White showed me something on this play. He had double the outside receivers, the only place he could throw the ball. He actually threw it over people. Look at that, 3 green shirts around it. Salty, good concentration, making the catch.
First down and goal to go inside the 10. 1 minute, 35 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter. Dallas leading by a score of 14-7. Dorsett. Got it inside the 5.
Going straight ahead, you take a look from behind the defense. Bruce Beakley meeting the blocker there, spinning out. Dorsett getting his feet knocked out from under him. He was already down and he lost control of the ball a little bit, but he was on the ground. As O'Neal comes in trying to make a recovery.
Spotted at the 5, second down and go. Saldi's come back into the ball game. Newhouse has come back into the ball game. Johnson has gone out. Timeout. Danny White turned to call the timeout, not liking what he saw up there. We have 38 seconds remaining in the quarter. Now the final score.
Yes, Houston defeating Cincinnati 13-10. Tony Fritz's 29-yard field goal was the difference in that game.
Right here, the Cowboys have the ball. Second down, goal to go. They have it at the Green Bay 5-yard line. Green Bay trailing by 7. 38 seconds remaining to be played in the third quarter. Newsom is in there now. Saldi in motion across. Put up in the corner, and it's a touchdown. Taken by Cosby. Doug Cosby into the end zone.
Somebody gets lost on this play. Little play action pass down on the goal line. Cosby comes wide open. Great camera work by Steve Stribling down there taking these shots. And look how wide open Cosby is. Thank you, Mr. Stribling. Just kind of backed in.
Raphael Septien is in to attempt the conversion with Charlie Waters holding. It's good. And the score is now the Dallas Cowboys 21 and the Green Bay Packers 7. Clock shows 33 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Scoring drive in the deep end back there. Huckabee and McCoy to receive the kickoff of Raphael Septien of the Dallas Cowboys. Huckabee at the 10-yard line to the 15 to the 20. 25, puts his head down and drives to the 30-yard line. Stopped by Anthony Dickerson.
Miami's taken the lead over New Orleans 21-6 after trailing in that game. 2 touchdown runs, one by Ron Lee and the other by Dell Williams.
So now very late in the third quarter. The Packers have the ball again, first and 10 at their own 30.
Cleveland leading Tampa Bay 31-20. Doug Williams just threw a touchdown pass to Gordon Jones.
Andre Thompson goes to the left side and James Lofton to the right. Avery and Ellis are the setbacks. It's Lofton in motion across. Dickey. And it's complete. Andre Thompson. He's across the 50, 45, 40, inside the 40-yard line.
Excellent pattern this time by Thompson. Thompson going straight down. He was in the slot formation, coming around the linebacker. Watch him move around right behind D.D. Lewis, finding a big cavity in that secondary, and makes a good run with it after he catches it.
Time has run out in this period. So at the end of 3 quarters of play here at Milwaukee's County Stadium, the score, Dallas 21, Green Bay 7. We're going now to the fourth quarter.
At Miami, New Orleans scores 21-16. I may have said 6.
This is Lindsey Nelson with Sonny Jurgensen in Milwaukee. Green Bay Packers have the ball. They have it first and 10. At the 40-yard line of the Dallas Cowboys. Len Dickey is quarterback Green Bay all day long. Andre Thompson in motion across. Dickey. Incomplete to Lofton. Second and 10 at the 40.
I think Dennis Thurman just got a hand on that ball.
Number of tickets sold today, 55,938. Turnstile count, 54,776. No shows, 1,182 at Milwaukee's County Stadium. Second down and 10 for the Green Bay Packers at the Dallas 40-yard line. Thompson in motion. Milwaukee with the ball. Still has the ball. Bruce Thornton, number 77.
Bruce Thornton got him, and Dickey's getting up very slowly. He's taken 3 licks on that leg today. You see him when he goes back here, he wants to throw the little flip out to Ellis, but it was covered. He rolls back the other way. He said, oh, what a memory to be able to do that again. He wasn't able to because Thornton was right there waiting on him.
3rd and about 24, back at the 46-yard line.
273.
And the shotgun. Dickey with the ball. Thompson, incomplete. That'll bring on the punting unit now for the Green Bay Packers.
Well, he forced that one to Thompson a little bit that time. They had double coverage. He tried to go for the big play because they needed it. They were so backed up.
David Beverly back to do the punting. James Jones in deep position to receive the punt for the Dallas Cowboys.
This is only Beverly's 2nd punt of the day, Lindsey.
Well, he's not going to get to punt this one very quickly. Now he does get it off. Fair catch signal called for by Jones. He hits the deck at the 43-yard line. 1st and 10 with the Dallas Cowboys at their own 43. We'll return to Milwaukee County Stadium after this word from your local station. Little sideline action here at Milwaukee County Stadium. Cowboys have the ball at the 43-yard line. Beverly's punt, by the way, was 10 yards, so he's averaged 30.5 on 2 punts. It's at the 43-yard line of the Cowboys in their possession. Garcett. That was Mike Butler on the tackle.
2 costly plays by the special teams of the Green Bay Packers. One defending against a punt, and the other on that punt snap. Atlanta leading San Francisco 3-0. A 40-yard field goal by Tim Mazzetti.
2nd and 9 now. Newhouse has gone off the field as a lone setback. That's Dorsett. Dorsett. Right across the 50-yard line over into Green Bay territory at the 48. Bruce Beakley on the tackle.
The Colts leading the Jets 7-0. Jets still on track. The 5-yard run by Joe Washington. That's in the 1st quarter.
3rd down and a long one, about 1.5 yards. At the 48-yard line of Green Bay. White, the quarterback, the NFC's 4th-rated passer. Newhouse, 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Boy, Newhouse is so dependable. Never fumbles the football. Well, he did have a fumble today, too, didn't he, on a pass play? But running that football, when he gets his mitts on it, he doesn't let it go.
Jay Sawley has come in. Billy Joe Dupree has gone off the field. Baltimore is leading Cleveland 5-3. Baseball scoring the 7th inning. Set at the 43. John Anderson made the tackle, linebacker. 2nd down and 8 yards to go.
Dorsett has 74 yards now, Lindsey, and 20 carries.
Billy Joe Dupree has come back in there, that 89. Dorsett started off. Penalty marker is thrown. Referee's flag.
That was thrown in the huddle and the 30-second clock hadn't run out.
No.
Maybe didn't like the language in the huddle.
Delay.
Well, he just thought it was a long time.
Well, I looked at the 30-second clock. It had 14 seconds to 12 seconds left on the thing.
Think they had a man too many on the field. 12. That delayed it.
Well, can't you go in your huddle with 12? As long as you don't start the ball.
They frown on that sort of thing. Ball's back at the 49-yard line now. Charles Johnson, the nose tackle, Ezra Johnson, both there.
He had a man open. He couldn't pick him up. He gets pretty good time to throw the ball, but he couldn't deliver it when he wanted to. You see him reload 2 or 3 times. You can't take that much time back there with it. Another gotcha. Cleveland 34, Tampa Bay 20. Well, they're scoring some points.
3rd and 23. Back at the 42-yard line. So they go into the shotgun. Danny White swings it out. Taken out in the left flat by Newsom. Newsom up the sideline. Not nearly enough for the first down as he got to the 45. Mike Douglas made the tackle.
There's the final. It's 21-16. Miami over New Orleans. They scored all their points in the second half. Bob Greasy started the second half in place of David Woodley.
Punt formation, 4th and 10. Andy White will do the punting. Cassidy is back. Ron Cassidy deep to receive the punt for the Green Bay Packers. White angles it. But he gets across into the end zone, across the end line. Touchback, 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line. So with 10 minutes, 56 seconds remaining to be played in the game, it is Dallas 21 and Green Bay 7. That's what you call football color.
Football color. The Cardinals are leading the Philadelphia Eagles now 24-7 in the 4th quarter. O.J. Anderson has run for 2.
Green Bay Packers with the ball, 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Dallas leading 21-7. Eddie Lee Avery to the 24. Stopped by Dennis Thurman. 2nd and 6.
Well, being 2 scores down, you need a big play in a hurry now because the clock is starting to run against them. 2nd and 6, you look. Need something big.
Dickey brings them up. He's been the quarterback all day. Kaufman back. Kaufman in motion across. Dickey. Well, he threw to Kaufman, incomplete.
Did he cross the line of scrimmage when he threw it? There was a flag on the play. He was very close to the line of scrimmage.
They're checking it out.
Look, when you have a quarterback that's immobile like that, you should give him the benefit of the doubt. Don't call plays like that.
Number 12 offense, illegal pass beyond the line of scrimmage, 5 yards and loss of down.
Beyond the line of scrimmage. You got it.
That doesn't count. I mean, the scramblers you can penalize for going over the line, not the non-scramblers.
They're trying to get the marker straightened out there now.
Yeah, loss of down.
Yes, down as well. Down in distance. Third and 10, just short of the 20-yard line. Shotgun formation, Dickey ready to receive the direct snap. He's got it. Incomplete. Tended to Eddie Lee Ivory, and Anthony Dickerson got a hand on it. That brings the punting unit on now for the Green Bay Packers, and the clock says 10 minutes, 6 seconds left to play in the game.
They've thrown this pass. They had some success with it earlier. This time, Dickerson plays it perfectly. You see the knockdown.
Beverly will do the punting. Jones is dropped back to receive it.
He hopes he does the punting. Last time he didn't get a chance to.
Well, he'll stay alert and loose. He boomed that one. Jones at the 29, at the 30. Just as he crossed the 35, he was gathered in. And George Cumby. So that is where the Cowboys will start, 1st and 10. The clock says 9:55 left in the game. Dallas 21, Green Bay 7, and it is now 1st and 10 for the Dallas Cowboys at the 35. Beverly's last punt was 52 yards, so on 3 kicks, he has averaged 37.6. Danny White brings the Cowboys up. Dorsett, the I formation. Newsom is the other running back. Completed to Johnson. Penalty marker thrown.
A little late hit. He hit him over the white stripe that time. A little quick out. Good. High possession, high percentage. 1st down play. Everybody expecting to run and back. Johnson takes it. He's way out of bounds. And the hit applied very late.
Johnny Gray.
Defense, personal foul, 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line of the Packers, and Cowboy possession.
Danny White's having some afternoon. 14 out of 17.
Dorsett, but he met Mike Butler. It'll be at the 45-yard line for a loss of 3, 2nd and 13.
If Mike Butler didn't get him in, Packers gambling somewhat defensively, trying to force a turnover. Johnny Gray was coming on a safety blitz, running the same direction that Dorsett was coming in, just the opposite, and they would have really had a collision.
Timmy Newsom went out. Jay Saldy came in, so there's a lone setback. That's Dorsett. Dorsett to the 38-yard line. Picked up 7 yards. It'll be 3rd and 6. Bickley made the tackle.
Same thing again. They were coming with a blitz again. They want to force a turnover.
Butch Johnson is coming into the ball game, and Timmy Newsom is coming back into the ball game.
Casey Merrill and Terry Jones coming in for the Packers.
They're into the shotgun. Anyway. And it's complete. Out to the 20-yard line. Taken by Drew Pearson. Stopped by Johnny Gray.
Pearson's 2nd catch of the afternoon.
And there's a penalty marker on the play.
That will go for naught, as you said. There's a penalty down. You see, just got it in there. Wiley turning. Johnny Gray again making the play. It's going to be called back. That's the 11th penalty. It's going to be
Offense,
against Dallas.
illegal use of the hands. 3rd down.
Back to the 48-yard line. 3rd and 16.
See if they have any 3rd and 16 plays.
Pearson to the left side, Tony Hill. Pearson to the right side, Tony Hill to the left side.
Green Bay's got 11 people on the line.
Got them all up there. And it's put up for Pearson, Estes Hood running with him. They had them all up there. 4th and 60.
Gambling again. Everybody up there. Single coverage. He did the only thing he could, lay it out in front of him. Drew Pearson couldn't quite make the catch.
Cassidy has dropped back as White will be doing the punting. High trajectory. Fair catch signal goes up. They'll let it roll. And it'll be down at the 12-yard line. 1st and 10. So when play is resumed, the Packers will have the ball, but they'll have it deep in their own territory. They will start 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line.
Cleveland leading Tampa Bay 34-27 with only 45 seconds left in the game. Duck Williams hit Jerry Eckwood for their last touchdown for Tampa Bay. They're coming back. Not much time.
1st and 10 at the 12-yard line. Dickey. Lofton incomplete out at the 25. 2nd and 10 at the 12. The last punt by Danny White, by the way, was a 36-yarder. He has averaged 37 today on 3.
Len Dickey's now 9 for 22, 124 yards. But he's had a couple drop too. He made a great pass in the first half to Thompson coming across the middle. That could have been a big one for him.
Cowboys are leading 21-7. We're in the 4th quarter. Dickey. That's still Lofton. And complete out to the 21-yard line. Maybe a little more when he spots it.
Well, he makes a little look here to the back coming out of the backfield like he wants to throw right there. You see him look over there like he wants to throw the ball back. That really took the linebacker out of his line, and he finds Lofton wide open. But he has to pay the price for catching the ball in front of Aaron Mitchell.
It'll be 3rd down and less than a yard to go at the 22-yard line. Lofton now needs only 18 yards to reach 2,000. Atkins got the 1st down. Moves it on up to the 27. Penalty marker thrown.
We're going to have some kind of call here for a late hit.
Bruning and Wilson were there defensively. It'll move the ball upfield to the 41-yard line, and we'll get an explanation here from Fred Silva.
Defense, personal foul, face mask. 53, 1st down.
A face mask instead of a late hit.
Bruning is 53. Baseball in the 9th inning. The Yankees 5 and the Tigers 5.
Baltimore still alive.
Still alive. Houston leading Cincinnati 4-1. Dickey going deep, and it is incomplete. He really let it out to Ron Cassidy.
He let it out. He made a very accurate throw, but he indicated a long time who he wanted to throw the football to. Good call, play action pass, 1st down. He gets good time, allowing him to find the receiver downfield. But look at 3 white shirts around the football. Well played defensively. Number 32, Dennis Thurman, feels that anytime that thing goes up, it's his. Have a final in that Cleveland-Tampa Bay. Cleveland 34-27 over Tampa Bay.
Dickey guns this one, and it is taken at the 49-yard line. Real Hamid Lofton.
Boy, he cut this one loose, didn't he? Really cut it loose. A turn-in pattern again. You see the little tricks coming defensively. He made a throw with somebody right in his face. Good concentration that time by Lofton making the reception.
3rd down, 2 yards to go. Is that the way you gunned him?
I didn't have that kind of wing. My suit bone didn't throw it that hard.
At the first, Adkins picked it up. And it'll be at the 45-yard line. Clock shows exactly 6 minutes remaining to be played in this game, and the Dallas Cowboys are leading the Green Bay Packers 21-7.
And San Diego's leading Kansas City 7-0 in the first quarter. John Capoletti having a good year for them. Scored on a run.
Cassidy in motion across. Dickey with the ball. Lofton. And an interception, a diving interception by Steve Wilson. Steve Wilson made the diving catch.
He had it behind him. Again, the play action pass, the deep sidelines. You really have to throw the ball as he throws the ball, but you see Wilson, good concentration this time. He missed one earlier. This one was behind Lofton, and he comes up with the interception. Picking up a little blocking, going down the sidelines, but it stops the drive.
And the Dallas Cowboys take the ball now. First down and 10 yards to go, and they have it in Green Bay territory at the 49-yard line. Dallas leading 21-7. Newhouse and Dorsett are the running backs. Screen left. Tony Hill. Inside the 30, still going, 25. And near the 20-yard line for Tony Hill. Steve Luke finally dragged him down.
Oh, what a good piece of running from a little short screen. Al Carmichael makes a living out of this same play. Just giving it to him and finding some blocking, but he shows you some good moves here on a spinning move on O'Neal. Ducking back in, cutting back across the field, almost broke it for a touchdown. Finally run down by John Anderson.
First down and 10 yards to go for the Dallas Cowboys, short of the 20-yard line. Newhouse just crossed the 20.
Baltimore leading the Jets in the second quarter, 14-0. Burt Jones to Don McCauley.
Beakley made the last tackle. Pickup of about a yard makes it 2nd and 9.
Tony Hill has 5 catches for 58 yards today.
Danny White brings them up here with Dallas leading 21-7.
Look out, here comes the blitz.
White puts it up, and it is touchdown. Touchdown to Drew Pearson in the corner.
Same play they did earlier with the blitz. It's an automatic. He knows with everybody coming, he's got to throw it quickly, and you see him. He throws the ball going back, just lays it up perfectly.
Estes Hood and Drew Pearson. Pearson for the touchdown.
Perfectly in the end zone. What a great play.
Conversion attempt coming now. Charlie Waters is in the hole for Septien. It's good. And so now, the Dallas Cowboys have taken a lead of 28-7 over the Green Bay Packers. 3 minutes, 51 seconds left in the game. Raphael Septien will do the kicking off for the Dallas Cowboys. McCoy and Huckleby are deep. McCoy runs it out. 5, 10, 15. Piled up at the 17-yard line. He took it about 3 yards deep in the end zone and decided to run it out. So now the Packers start 1st and 10. Pisarkowitz is coming into quarterback. Steve Pisarkowitz, former quarterback at the University of Missouri, formerly with the St. Louis Cardinals, picked up this week as a backup quarterback for the Green Bay Packers, comes in at quarterback in place of Dickey.
See how quickly he has grasped the Green Bay offense.
Atkins and Huckabee are the setbacks. Pisarkowitz pumps it to Atkins. Got it out there about the 20-yard line. That was Clinkscale who made the tackle.
It's his first completion as a Packer. Seattle leading Washington 7-0 in the second quarter. A 21-yard run by Jim Zorn.
Second down, 7 yards to go, and the ball is at the 20-yard line. 3 minutes, 13 seconds remaining to be played in this game. Dallas is leading 28-7. Steve Pisarkowitz quarterbacking.
3-18!
Pisarkowitz. Incomplete. At the sideline. Fred Nixon, the man for whom it was intended, 84.
I think he took his eye off the ball. Looked like it got there in time. This is when you have fun as a quarterback. Nothing to lose. Come in, let it all hang out. Let it throw it.
2:55 on the clock as we approach the 2-minute warning. Lofton to the left side, Cassidy right. Atkins and Huckabee are the setbacks for Pisarkowitz.
3-18!
Swings it out to the flat. Atkins out there. Keeps powering up to the 35-yard line. 1st and 10. Pisarkowitz to Atkins.
It looked at one time like he was going to quit running. Just throws the ball softly out to him. Hegman has a shot at him. He breaks the tackle there. He stops right here. Kind of pushes a man away. He didn't have the first down made then. He's a lot to bring down. The Jets have scored in the second quarter against Baltimore. They now trail 14-7 on a 6-yard run by Kevin Long.
First down play coming for the Green Bay Packers.
1-18!
And it's a 2-minute warning before they can get it off. Before they can snap it, clock wound down to 2 minutes. So that is the 2-minute warning, meaning we have 2 minutes remaining to be played in Milwaukee with the Cowboys leading by a score of 28-7. This is Lindsey Nelson with Sonny Jurgensen at County Stadium in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, where in the closing 2 minutes of play between the Green Bay Packers and the Dallas Cowboys. Cowboys are leading by a score of 28-7. 1st and 10 for Green Bay. They have the ball at the 36-yard line. Steve Pisarkowitz quarterbacking.
1-19!
Pisarkowitz. Incomplete. Executive producer is Charles Milton III. Mr. Howard Reifsnyder is our producer here this afternoon. And Mr. Bob Daly is our director. And these are all the people who are responsible for the telecast coming to you from County Stadium in Milwaukee.
And what a nice job they've done.
Even got the sun out in the late stages of the afternoon here.
There you go.
Second down and 10 yards to go. Pisarkowitz disappeared.
Boy, did he ever. A lot of people got back there around him. Hegman coming on a blitz. That's the 3rd sack today.
Spotted at the 29-yard line. Make it 3rd and 17.
Philadelphia trailing the Cardinals now 24-14. That's in the 4th period.
Time remaining in set on your screen.
This game becomes a little more important for the Cowboys. They can move into a tie for first place.
Sarkowitz in the shotgun. Whistle stops play. And Bruce Thornton just barely avoided doing some terrible damage, I'm afraid.
Yeah, I think the 30-second clock got in there. Kid Thornton. Watch number 77, Bruce Thornton. Oops, he jumps up in the air. Take that.
Delay, number 19.
A lot of penalties in this game. 12 for Dallas, 9 for Green Bay, both for 93 yards. San Diego and Kansas City all tied up at 7 apiece in the second quarter.
3rd and 22, so Sarkowitz stays in the shotgun. Huckabee. Who got it?
Incomplete.
That will make it 4th and 22. So Beverly's going to get another shot, and James Jones has dropped back deep to field it for the Dallas Cowboys. We have less than a minute remaining to be played in the game. Dallas Cowboys are leading Green Bay 28-7. Jones at the 21. He's at the 25. He's at the 30. Mike Jolly on the tackle, so it'll be 1st and 10.
1st and 10 with only 43 seconds to play. They don't have to run but a couple of plays.
Beverly's punt was 55 yards. His average 42 for 4 punts.
A couple of big plays by the special teams really hurt the Green Bay Packers today.
Carano's in there now. Glenn Carano's the quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys. The handoff. Newsom takes it up to about the 35-yard line. Picked up 5 on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 5. Jimmy Newsom carrying. Clock says 28 seconds remaining to be played in this game. Dallas leading 28-7.
A lot of new players in on that Dallas offensive front.
Oh, they don't know each other even. They're just fellas in there getting acquainted.
Robert Shaw's come in at center. Of course, Newsom getting some work. Andy Frederick coming in at tackle.
They're letting the clock run. You can see it run down in set there. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second, and that is that. Time has run out, and the Dallas Cowboys have won the ball game. Final score is the Dallas Cowboys 28 and the Green Bay Packers 7 here in Milwaukee, Wisconsin.